Let's just see what happens. Oh! Wait a minute. Does it work? LOL? Oh my god! Damn! I'm such a good game developer! I want to build Knockback today, the Vampire Survivor style that we did yesterday. So we need to open up Visual Studio Code and open the Vampire Survivors clone from yesterday and then take a look at the code there for collision detection. And I guess we'll keep it small, but essentially what we are doing when we are resolving collisions with enemies, and this is this part right here. Let's fold this, don't need that. We do need that in the... Actually, we do need the collision detection with obstacles later as well. But let's begin first with heroes.
Oh my god! Das ist mir das! Das ist mir das!
I made a really good intro, you know? I'm getting really good with those intros. But you guys have to always try to interrupt me. You know? It's really rude. I don't know why people in chat just can't behave. Alright, so what we're gonna do today is push units back. We already have that in the game. And now we wanna push it towards the other enemies. So the way this works is we keep this open here. This is essentially neighbors. They are colliding. So are the two colliding, and then we are pushing them away from each other by generating some sort of separation force. This separation force applies to your character as well as, what is it called? As well as the other character when you're colliding. And in order to put this into my game, we first have to change the data of the underlying entity. We need to give it that separation force. And this would be... I think it would be best to put it in... I think we have a push velocity or push direction here somewhere. There you go. And then we have this vec2 separation force. That's the one thing. And in order to keep that in there, since we did change the data, we need to reload to the game completely so the data layout changes. Hand hot code reload data changes. That doesn't work. You're already using Vim motions. I didn't see. Yeah, I'm using Vim motions because I really enjoy the Vim. Like, it's so easy to use Vim. It's like playing a game with a controller when it's meant to be played with a controller. And you're like, the layout is really good for the fingers. I have never had any wrist issues after I started using Vim. Like, not too many. While I did have a lot of issues beforehand with wrist pain. It's completely gone. Okay, so now that we have this in the game, we need to take a look at this code right here, and I'm actually going to yoink all of that. We get a neighbor entity and we check their distance. We're gonna do that. So where do we do this? In the code that updates our heroes. Update hero. Over here we have knockback. This is it. So the hero is approaching. When the hero is being pushed, we need to push the hero in that direction. So this is essentially after the hero was pushed. And we can resolve the collision after the pushing or before the pushing. It doesn't matter because it's like an endless loop since it's a game. But I think we could do the collision here. So we're gonna generate a collision detection with other heroes. Let's capitalize the H here. Create a local scope, and then we try to get entity neighbors. So how do we do this? We need to do a for loop. Entity reference neighbor in the game state spawned heroes. And then we don't need to get that anymore. And then we need to get the distance from the neighbor to our unit. But essentially what we have to do is we have to check if they are colliding. And in our case, when are the two units colliding? What do we use as collision detection when placing? That is ultimately how we're going to check for collision. And so if I enable the colliders, we can see here that we have this white circle or ellipse. This is what I use to collide other units. And if they overlap, you see here that I cannot place the unit. And so that is ultimately how I want to separate them. And so we need to check for their ellipses, essentially. Their ground colliders. That's what I think this is called in my game. So we have the own ground collider. So that would be the ellipse 1. Hero ground collider. Just get ground collider. And that takes in the hero. As far as I know, right? The ground collider returns me an ellipse. Yes, it does. And then we need to get the neighbor's ground collider. There we go. And now we have those two. And I think this is where we still need the distance between the two, because we use that distance to check out, well, how do we want to separate them? If they are literally on top of each other, which might happen, well, we need to push them in some random directions. Because, so this, by the way, for those of you who are wondering, this code right here is what I had to put in to not have a situation where, let's open up Paint. Let's say we have a situation where we have two oranges that are exactly on top of each other. Okay, they both stand right here. If this happens in Godot, they both have a collider, nothing happens. They literally always stay merged together. Because the resolver, the collision detection resolver, does not know what to do, where to push the enemy, the heroes. And sometimes what happens, which is even crazier in Godot, is when you have units that are just slightly misaligned, so like really like a pixel or something, that would look something like, actually, let's do a selection here. If they are just slightly misaligned like this, what happens is they explode. They fly all over the place. So like this one right here would be catapulted into the stratosphere in this direction. And this one right here would be catapulted somewhere here into, I don't know, oblivion. And while it could just be a simple push out from each other. You know, it's crazy. So, and that's the way I fixed it in my game. I just defined left and right.
Long life, Charles.
And if they are on top of each other,
Game
I just
demo.
push them one to the left and the
Marketing.
other one to the right.
Steam
That's
next
essentially it.
best. All skim. Don't be afraid of poor marketing and you'll be stronger. Good game will sell none delays.
Hello, AQ.
The money will come to you.
Hello, sir. Neighbor direction. So we need to get the, what is this? Neighbor direction. We take the hero position origin. And the neighbor position origin. That's the direction to the neighbor. And then the distance between the two. Okay. And then are we colliding? Okay, we check that.
Gotcha, bitch.
Actually, we only need that distance and direction if we are colliding. So if ellipse collision, that would be the hero ground collider. And the neighbor ground collider. If they are colliding, then we want to get the direction and distance. We don't need that. Are the two colliding? Okay, we have that. Then we have this. We have the separation direction. We check the distance. If it's 0, then obviously we need to use one of those random directions. neighbor distance is epsilon. And random directions is... I see. So separation direction would be on 0. And then the other separation direction... Wait, so we have the neighbor... Wait, separation direction. Ah, I see. Wait a minute, let me think. One is to the left and one is to the right. So we need to push one to the left and the other one to the right. In this case... we have the direction. Let's call this neighbor. Whoops. Neighbor to... No, hero to neighbor? Hero to neighbor. That's the distance to the neighbor here. Let's just call it neighbor direction. Neighbor direction distance. And this is not normalized, which makes me a little bit confused. It confuses me a tiny bit. No, this is normalized. This is normalized because we are dividing it by the length. Yes. Because we divide by length. I have something related to my game for my thesis, but it's using reinforcement learning, which they allowed. See? I told you, I think you can game the system always. There's always something you could do. Let's see. So you're talking about the bots, right? In your game that play your game to figure out how far you could push your difficulty in the game and still be able to beat it. And who am I, by the way, is the developer of the game that we just talked about. Okay, so separation strength. What was range? The original range is... the radius of both colliders. No, wait. So the range is just the radius times 2. Okay. Keyboard? Oh, it's Razer Huntsman. Just a normal keyboard. Struggling to learn from yourself, yeah. How to set up VS Code for GLFW and Glue in C++. You're talking about CMake? Or what is Glue, guys? Is Glue is OpenGL, I know that. But are you using CMake to build your game? You probably want the CMake extension and the typical C++ extension then. And then on build... Dude, I don't remember that at all anymore. I think you should watch a tutorial about CMake on YouTube, but as far as I remember, you need to set up a CMake script, a build script, and then over here, I guess in the other one, over here, when it comes to run and debug, over here you have to select what you want to run, and that would be the CMake script then. Math library. Glue is math? Glue is not math, right? Can you believe that my Razer Chroma keyboard causes my PC to get random crashes related to drivers? As soon as I changed my keyboard, it stopped. Changed it because I spilled coffee on it. Wow. I had a crash on my PC yesterday too. I closed VLC Media Player and it just crashed. I couldn't do anything on my PC anymore. So that sucks. we have that range, which I don't understand what I'm doing here. So the range is essentially the diameter. This is the diameter. Also, this code is wrong. And then it takes that range minus... So essentially, this is what I'm doing here. Let's visualize this, then we can build a better understanding. I have two circles in the game. One bigger, one smaller. And essentially what I'm doing here is I'm generating the minimum range they can have where they don't collide. This is essentially the range. It's what I call a range. The separation range or something. And then as they get closer to each other, so this is what I divide by. I take their actual range. So for example, if we have another circle that's here, what I would do is I take that distance here and so wait, so that's the distance, and I remove that from this range, so this here, and I keep this here. So that's essentially this right here then, is the penetration. We penetrate by this much. Penetration. And then we take the penetration and we divide that by the range, which gives us a value between 0 and 1. So this right here leaves us with a value between 0 and 1. So like a strength factor. This is a factor here. That's what I'm doing here. And then I take that separation direction which is normalized, and I multiply that by the strength of the separation. Which I think I shouldn't just... I think I should just not normalize this here. Well, okay, we're just gonna do it like this, fine. So we need to generate that range thing. So float range is hero ground collider dot radius or dot size dot x plus neighbor ground collider dot size dot x. Hello there, Pots. Good morning. Const. So we have that range now. And then we take the distance. It's elliptical though, so that's the problem. The distance is, we have like this range, we have an ellipse in this case, not a circle, so that's a bit annoying. Which means like the range from here to up is a bit smaller. I'm gonna have to test this, if this becomes a problem or not, or if this range being smaller is an issue, but let's just keep it the way it is. Then we have the separation strength, and then we set the force on the neighbor. Aha, so we only set that on the neighbor, not on ourselves. Huh. Interesting. This could be a random range between 1 and 2. Sometimes we push it to the left, sometimes we push it to the right. Neighbor distance. Yeah. Does length return me? Oh god, it's a square root. Guys, what happens when I do a square root of 0? Oh, length gives me a 0, right? It's fine. Yeah, it does work, right? So this can be 0. The range would be the sine angle times the height plus the cosine angle with, I guess. Yeah, it's fine. What are your thing? The Zig? I don't use Zig, bro.
Great to be back to my
Let's see. So wait, we have that separation strength. We only set it on the neighbor.
Shorter than 5 lines.
Interesting.
Big retard, don't help.
Wait, so wait, we have the neighbor. Don't we push the neighbor? At all? Huh. Why are we not pushing the neighbor? I'm pushing myself, but not the neighbor? Why not? Isn't the neighbor already in place? Supposedly, yes. But I think I need to push the neighbor too in this case. Or do I just push the neighbor? I'm gonna separate the neighbor. I'll try to push the neighbor in this case and just keep myself moving. Or I push myself in the other direction. So, like, hero separation force minus equals. We'll try this, okay? Let's do a to-do here. We can try to improve the system. Okay, in this case, and also, by the way, we need to make sure when we get the neighbor, if neighbor.id is the same as hero.id, then we continue. That's important. Skip yourself. There you go. Okay, does this work? Is this everything? Well, we need to put the separation force here. So we are pushing the unit here, right? This is essentially what I need to do. Where is this? Move the enemy. There we go. This is the code to move the enemy. And what do we do here? So first and foremost, we have the push direction. That's this. And then delta time gets applied to everything at the end. So we need to have braces here. There we go. And then we add a plus. And in this case, we do hero dot separation force. That's the direction. Or we should call this separation direction, to be honest. But we're gonna rename this after we're done. And then we multiply that by some random number so that it does make sense. By like some force factor. Let's try 40 first. We'll have to see. And then we multiply the entire thing by delta time. But we keep it like this. Okay. Cool. Okay. Let's see if this works. Let's build up a way and where we have a bunch of heroes stacked together. to soak up the meteor strike. There we go. And then we put a bunch of defenders here. I want to see what happens when they get pushed. That would be funny. Oh, obviously, I also have to reset the separation force. Let me think. I need to reset that. Maybe I'm just approaching this down to 0. This value right here. I'm resetting it and then I'm setting it again. So like the thing is, right? Let's say we have 2 heroes. And I push the first one into the second one. But I update the first one first. So this is number 1. The first update, and this is the second update. Now, obviously, when I'm updating the first one, I push him in this direction, and I push this guy in this direction. That would be the separation force, or the separation direction. And if I do this in a loop, then when I update this guy, I reset his separation direction, and I'm essentially gonna run the same code twice to push them in both directions. Maybe it works. I'll have to see if this works. So first we push, and we always do that, essentially. So we don't do that. We always use that, because the separation force could be doing something. And then what we do here is hero.separation force is nothing. We reset that. Reset and check collision. Let's test this. CPP frightens me. Sup, what are you up to? Hello there, Menu Tenobal. Why does it frighten you? What is the issue about C++ that frightens you, bro? I think typically every collision of 2 objects is handled only once inside of a physics engine, but I'm no expert. I think it is. Yeah, you should add hotkeys to quick pick a hero. Yeah, we're gonna do that next. Cakez, do I need to study when class 10? Wait. Cakez, do I need to study then 10 class to become a game developer? You can become a game developer by making games. You don't need to study to make games. It can help you because you can talk to like-minded people and you can push each other by making good games together in a team. Maybe you can find your best teammates there. Echt jetzt? Wirklich? What graphics library is used to develop the game? Hello there, Yendi. Yeah, Danny. It's called OpenGL. I use OpenGL. Pointers are a bit confusing. Yeah, that's true. How about give the boss the ability to blink back with a huge cooldown? Would make the boss fight a bit more intense. Blink back? Nah, like he wouldn't blink back. Okay, test this. We can do all of the code, but we just need to test it. Let's see. They are gonna heal each other. While the boss... Huh? They're supposed to push each other away. F commercial break? Oh shit. Yeah, let's wait then. Looks like we have a good moment here. What is the problem? It looked like they pushed. I'm in ads, be right back here. Ghosty, first check out what kind of engine do you want to use. Then watch some basic tutorials to work with it. Start 10 projects and just test some stuff. Then plan your game and build it step by step. Making a small game in the beginning is the best thing to do. Yes. Because you ultimately finish projects faster. We should be back from ads. Don't be like me and Cakez and get scope creeped with tower defense games. Yeah, if you want to make a tower defense game, maybe you can make a decent one by just sticking to what makes a good tower defense game. And not spending like 10 years on making and reinventing something that's already done. What the fuck, bro? What happened? They don't push each other away. Why? First, I wanna test what happens here. If I'm still pushing correctly by using minus here, because there might be an issue with this. Okay, so that does work correctly. Okay, fine. Alright, so that does fine. Then the separation force is added on top of this. Let's just see what happens. Oh! Wait a minute. Does it work? LOL? Oh my god! Damn! I'm such a good game developer! So, does this make sense? Huh? Does this make sense? Do we want to have this in the game? That's the question. Can they be pushed off stream or screen? Yeah, they can. Damn. That's so awesome. Cakez, please quickly implement mouse push as well. Just click somewhere and they get pushed, lol. What if they get pushed on the road? Yeah, so that's what we have to fix next. What if they get pushed on the road? What should happen? Hey, that's so cool. What does it add to the game? I guess is the question. Well, we'll have to see. I'm gonna have to experiment with this. Maybe I don't keep the feature at all, but right now we have it in the game. I don't get the sense. Okay, I'll explain to you why I do this, okay? Watch this. Okay? So this is the, das ist die Ausgangssituation in English, okay? And let's mark this as A, and then we do rock smash. Let's put a knockback of 500 in here, okay? Watch what happens. Holy shit, man! Okay, maybe we do 100. God damn it. Maybe 100 is a bit better. Let's see. Boom. Now watch what happens. Now look. He's gonna push, he's pushing them away, right? At some point, he's the furthest away now. So he switches the target from this group, that was supposed to be the furthest group, to this group. He's pushing them somewhere. So what about the roads though? That's the thing. Should the road act as a collider, or should the hero just be pushed out of the road when they land on the road? So they are no longer being pushed, but we need to make sure that he's getting away, pushed away from the road. I'd say just push them, but now your meticulously placed towers are fucked up. That's the point. That's the point. So that's the point of the boss. And so what you could have here in this situation is stuff to counter this. Now, does it make sense to have this in the game? I mean, so far I haven't lost to the boss at all. I'd say just push them. Chaos is good. Well, I can just keep it the way it is, right? And then we check how that will behave in the future. Yeah. I think it's a nice twist on tower defense games. The towers are usually static. This is this differentiates your game from them. Yeah, this is supposed to be what my game is about. Pooh, if you have hazardous tiles, future bosses can insta-kill Tangys by pushing. You just added a mechanic to the game, bro. You just added a mechanic to the game. Thank you so much, brother. Don't now, focus now, not now, not now. He's gonna go into the list of awesome... Oh, add colliders to trees. We did that, by the way. Update itch.io page. Update. Allow keybind. On the world map, golden icon. Inside the tile editor, right-clicking, background position. Bug, air and range targeting does not seem to work properly. Whenever I use air, my archers never focus the bats. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. Pay him, game designer. I pay him already with entertainment. So, you know, he's getting paid right now. All right, so put that here. Thank you so much, bro. Very nice. We're gonna do that later. Let's finish this first. So we have this set up, right? Question is, if I push it too fast, you can see that he kind of clips through the units. Is that okay? Guys, what do you think about the push that's happening here? He's getting pushed far away, and he kind of pushes the units a little bit, but not too much. What do you guys think? Is that okay? You see how he kind of clips through those a bit? They should run back. I think it looks good, yeah. That's fine. So there's multiple options to implement this, right? These guys can run back to their original position and stop attacking while they run back. Or I think it looks good. I don't think running back to the original position is easy to do, because these guys get pushed a little bit. I don't know, maybe you can secure towers with some anchors. More to look at. Yeah, we'll have to see how we're gonna do this. I'm gonna keep it like this for now. And then when you guys play this game and you fight this boss, you will come up with good ideas. We will test those ideas out. I need more feedback than what I have right now to make a decision on this. I think that's what we're gonna do. I think we keep it like this. We wanted to work on something else though. Just let it sit for a while, yeah. A bowling pin effect could be nice. Your 1 Tangy hits and moves the one beside it. Can you adjust the back heroes? If no, then it will be annoying. But that's the part of this boss. So there can be mechanics to counter this. For example, being out of range, or having someone that taunts the unit and then allowing you to ignore the pushback with resistance to push. Knockback resistance. So for example here, I'll show you. Okay. Let's go back to where we push. Okay. Here's the push force. And we can do a const float push force, which is the push force, the hero's push force, multiplied by get start value. And we have to take a look at this really quickly. Start friction. Where's knockback resistance? Knockback resistance is a flat value. Alright. So it's a value between 0 and 100. So that would be hero.stats.values stat knockback resistance. And then we divide that by 100. And also at the same time clamp this between 0 and 1. 0.0f, of course. Because it's a float. So what am I doing here is, if I have 100% knockback resistance, I will negate the push force by 100%, essentially. So this right here is no longer the push force, but this push force, the constant here. So now I can generate an item, and let me generate one really quickly. Let's use the leather helmet and give that leather helmet a stat knockback resistance of 100%. 100% knockback resistance on the leather helmet, okay? Now, which unit are we targeting? This one right here. Okay, so the very left unit, I'm gonna give it the leather helmet. Now he's no longer getting pushed. You see this? He just got attacked. Nothing happened. This one too. Nothing happened. So there is ways to counter this. And you could have many such buffs in the game. So for example, what I have in the game is a tree. It's currently not implemented, but these could act as buffing stations. Think of the monkey village or the brew monkey in the game of Bloons. They can supply buffs to your units, and then what is it called? They can supply buffs to your units and give them knockback resistance as well. A bowling pin effect would be nice. It would create a way to counter this. A single Tangy gets sent a lot back. The Tangy group, the whole group gets pushed slightly. Good to go, Cakez. Great to catch the stream again. Been AFK for 10 months. Progress looks great. Catch you next time. See you in 10 months, bro. Thank you so much for joining after 10 months, okay? Surely demo in 10 months. Guys, what we're doing here is building the systems. And I think this is awesome. He just erased your tree with a single punch, bro. Yeah, the tree is very weak. It's a weak unit in the game. I'm gonna come back tomorrow and remind you about the automated texture atlas again. I don't even know. No, I did that in the beginning. It didn't work out very well, bro. Can you set up a project of OpenGL in VS Code? Yeah, you can follow this tutorial here. I have done that before. It's a little bit annoying, the setup, and I could do it better, but right now that's the best tutorial I can give you. And if you don't want to watch this, you need to Google a tutorial yourself, bro. Just a tutorial about OpenGL in VS Code on YouTube. It's probably bound to be one. If you start copying balloons, how fast can you complete the demo? Like, I don't go by that, bro. Like, what are you talking about? This has nothing to do with balloons. Okay, I think I keep it like this for now. I wanna test something here, though. What if this guy has knockback resistance and this guy too? They still get pushed, but they don't get knocked back by him. SDL3 is coming, Cakez. If you rewrite in Rust, how fast can you complete the demo? Never, because I will break my computer. Cool. SDL3 is shit? Why? Why would you say that, bro? Cakez, your numbers are bleeding into the image on the right panel. Numbers? Oh, you mean this? Yeah, they do. I know that. I'm gonna fix that later. It's fine. What does it bring you compared to SDL2? I don't know. Maybe better? More graphical options? Something like that. Okay, there's something I want to work on next, which is the colors in the game. So for example, when this guy does a meteor attack, I think the additive colors don't do it for me. I want him to use another meteor strike. Please. And then we need to fix these colors. There we go. Okay. So we can see this right here. This color, the additive color for fire, in my opinion, is too much. Let's see, draw heroes. First and foremost, I would like to see the heroes and then take a look at their colors. This never happens. Okay, so this is dogshit code for some reason. Game offset floor, what is that? Oh wait! Of course. But this still doesn't work. This is not the draw heroes. In-level UI. Draw game, draw heroes. This is not... This is not it. So unlocked rendering the game. There we go. And in running the level over here, Diablo bar, hero list, display seeds, display spawn count, modals. Yeah, wait a minute. Modals? Ah, there we go. So this would be draw heroes, and we call this draw enemies. Because now I can search for that, finally. So we draw entity for the hero, and let's just go through these and figure out the hero color. I want to take a look at the color values for the heroes. So for example, this one does have a color. We already have one here. Red, green, blue and alpha components. Okay. Let's mark this and then take a look at attack. Over here, this is applying the colors. The additive colors. And these for fire, it's the second one, palette 8. So, but this is more like 1.0. Huh, that's odd. Okay. That's a bit odd. Because if it's color 8, then this should almost be 1, the first component. The second component should be more than 0.5, and this third component should be less than 0.5. And if I take a look at these values, none of these values looks like actual proper values. So I wonder what happens. Damage color. I set the X, Y, and Z color, and the alpha value, I'm confused right now. That's a bit odd. I'm really confused. Let's take a look at some more. Ah, that looks more like a green color here. For some reason they generate green colors. Okay. How do I do this properly? In the attack function. Let's just see if fire damage is greater than 0. Then we do int a is 0. And now we have a breakpoint available to us whenever the unit does fire damage. And then we will take a look at the color that gets applied. I have a feeling that I'm applying the wrong color. Now he should attack those or these. Let's see. Come on. Should happen any second now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Attack. Bro. What the fuck happened? What the fuck is this? What the fuck?
Gotcha, bitch!
Huh? What's going on? You stupid? Aha, so fire damage is 50. And what color do we get? Let's take a look at the target dot color. Nothing. Aha, so they do get a red color. Okay. But that's good. That is red. Then why does that turn green? Let's see here. The raw heroes. Now in this thing. Okay. No. So now they are all green. They are not red, but green. Oh, that's odd. None of them has... Huh? How? I see yellow. Yeah, me too. Why is it changing it to yellow? Like, what the fuck is going on? Skill issue? Well, update hero. Does it have to do with this here? Damage timer, layer. 20,000 lines of code? No, it has nothing to do with this, brother. Stop saying that. And Gradek, thank you very much for following earlier, bro. And RNS Code, I don't know if I thanked you, but thank you very much for following too. Let's just see dot color. Dot color. Oh shit. It doesn't have anything to do with that. No, it does not. Hey. We have a which defender here, yeah. I can look at the buffs. Yeah, he has one burning buff on him. Ah, I know why. I know why. Apply buffs. It's because of this. The bleed buff sets... The burning buff sets the color to... make the unit show up red. I see. So burning makes units red. So essentially what we should do here is... this. Okay. Okay. This is what they look like now. What do you guys think? Is that too much? Should I just completely remove the color? Let's take a look at removing the color.
Gotcha, bitch.
Let's do... This is removing it completely. Dan Zoranen, thank you very much for following. This is what it looks like when it's removed. Eh? What? Eh? Wait a minute. They just burn like this. So I'm gonna do it like this, guys. We can remove the step debugging. Look. What do you guys think? This is burning. They should burn. You're always going to need modulate for effect. What we could do here is do maybe 0.2. What if TTS would come back for subs? 2 TTS messages per day? No. I'm already mostly annoyed by the welcome messages. I'm talking about something and we're having a great discussion and I'm being interrupted by all of those TTS messages all the time. I hate that. In case you didn't know, I hate being interrupted. I just hate it. Is there a healing effect? No, it just took a look at that, Jesse the Fish. Alright, so this is essentially burning... Oh, guys, what about making it subtle like this? Is this better? I wonder why this... Ah, I know why. Because the attack function... Guys, I have a question. Please take a look at the left side here. Very carefully. You saw this? How it blinked for 1 second? Watch. You see this? How it blinks for 1 frame? And then goes back to the normal burning color? You see this? You know what this is? This is essentially the attack. The attack from the tick. Whenever fire ticks and deals damage to you, it also applies a very fast color to you. Maybe I shouldn't do that. That happens... Where the fuck is it? Holy. Here. I'm setting the color on the unit. Okay, we're gonna get rid of the damaged color. Just get rid of this. Okay, so now we have that done. I wanna do... Draw hero. Let me go. Not here, but here. Draw entity, draw items. Here we go. So for every item that, let's say... Guys, I think the shield shouldn't burn, but the armor piece on the character should burn, right? So what we can do here, you see how this helmet is the correct color, even though this guy is red. What we can do is this, material. And then we do color is hero.color. Oh. Of course. Like that. And now... Is it additive color? Yeah. Additive color. Looks a bit odd though. Like there are some transparent pixels next to the helmet. No, it's not. It's not. Are you spelling it correctly? Color has a U in it. Isn't there 2 ways to spell color? Yeah. Color? What? Yeah, color. And color. Americans just use OO, yeah. And then UK. United Kingdom too. Color is UK, okay. And then color without the U is US, yeah. Yeah, there's 2 ways to do this. It's just like with armor as well. You can do armor or amour. But this for me is more amour, mi amour, or something, right? So like that's more armor with an O. But I used to have with U as well. Amour, yeah. Anyways, so I'm happy with this. Maybe it's still a little too much. What do you guys think? Maybe we remove... Let's see here. Apply buffs. Burning. What if we do 0.1? Make it very, very subtle. Guys, I think... Is this too subtle? What do you guys think? Is this better or too little? Let's place a hero right next to him. I think it's too subtle, right? Or what do you think? So we are talking about visual clarity, okay? Visual clarity is very important, and this is where most games like this fuck up. Can we display this in a way where we are still able to tell what's going on without too much of a visual pollution? 0.4 plus sign time. That would make them blink. I don't want to make the color dynamic because then it draws too much attention. It's not supposed to draw a lot of attention, my brother. We shouldn't do that. If we make it blink, then you look at it. And we already have items in the game that get spawned on the floor that start to blink when they disappear. And so now you would have a blinking on your units clashing with the blinking of the consumable or pickup items. That shouldn't work. That shouldn't happen.